Welcome back to Everyday Race. Today I've decided to make another video about Ford Rangers. Today's video I'm going to show you how to level out your truck for pretty much no money. So by leveling out I mean changing the gaps between the tire and fenders to match front to back. As you can see, the rear gap is a lot higher than the front. So let's measure and see exactly what it is. On the front, we got the gap is 3 inches, and on the back, the gap is roughly 6 inches. So we've got 3-inch difference between the front and back with the truck unloaded and stock suspension. So first way is what you can do is you can raise the front end. The way you can do that is either using spacers on the springs, which I wouldn't recommend, or using longer springs. If you get that done, it's going to cost you money. Springs are not free, and your alignment is also going to have to be redone because your toe end and your camber is going to be way off. You're also going to need to realign your headlights, otherwise they're going to aim way up. But the cheapest way of doing it would be to flip the leaf spring mounts. Actually, let me show you what it's going to look like. Alright, so this truck's got flipped leaf spring mounts on the back, right over there. And as you can see, the gaps are very similar. And the truck doesn't have anything in the bed but the spare tire, which doesn't weigh much. So let's measure the gaps on this truck. Obviously, the tires are smaller on this truck than that one, but it still doesn't change the fact that the gaps are still going to be different. So on this one, the gap is 5 inches. So the front is 5 inches and the back is really close to 5 inches as well. So this truck is pretty much sitting leveled out. Now let me show you what the flipped mount looks like. So I did this 7 years ago. Obviously this is a leaf spring mount, and it's been flipped, and the shackle has been put this way, so leaf spring is all the way up there instead of being all the way here. So that's why the truck sits so much lower, 3 inches, actually exactly 3 inches lower than it was before. There are a few downsides of doing it this way. So if you lower the back of the truck, you also going to need alignment, because when the truck is sitting like this, you cast her, let's say, about 2 degrees, and if you lower the back end of the truck, your caster is going to get more positive. So you're going to have to adjust the alignment on the front end. Also, headlights. You got to realign those, otherwise they're going to be pointing up and blind everybody and you're not going to see anything. Another thing that most people probably wouldn't even remember, but once you flip the shackles, your pinion angle between the rear end right over there and the drive shaft is going to change as well. So since I've got both trucks, let me go ahead and measure the pinion angle on both of them and see what the differences are. Alright, so next let's measure the pinion. Alright, so next let's measure the pinion angle on both trucks. I'm going to use this angle meter app. So first let's start with the stock truck, which would be the one on the right. Okay, first I'm going to measure the angle of the rear end, 4.5 degrees, and next I'm going to measure the angle of the drive shaft, 3.6 degrees. That means we have 0.9 degrees of pinion angle. I took one and I subtracted the other one, which is pretty good. Alright, next let's measure the pinion angle on the truck. It's been leveled out. I'm going to do the same thing. This one's a little tougher because it's a lot lower. Alright, there goes nothing. 0.5 degrees of the rear end. Next, let's do this is 6 degrees. That means we got, let's double check, 5.5 degrees of pinion angle. Alright, so what does this pinion angle means? Well, let's look at the drive shaft. Now this part mounts to the rear end, right over there. And if the pinion angle is 0 degrees, it's going to be straight. And when the drive shaft is spinning, the U-joint, which is the part right in there, is not going to move at all. It's not going to spin. There are bearings on the inside, a bunch of roller bearings. So you really don't want to have a 0 degrees. You want to have some angle so the U-joint spins slowly and it lubricates. Now if your pinion angle is much higher, it's going to be sitting like this at the angle. And every time the drive shaft is spinning, the bearings in the U-joint are going to spin at a much higher speed, which can cause vibrations, and it'll decrease the life of the U-joint. So as you could tell, non-lifted truck, pretty good pinion angle. Truck that's been lowered, or aka leveled out, pinion angle was much higher. So this truck does vibrate tiny bit on a highway, around 60-65 miles an hour. So that could be, the pinion angle could be the cause of that. So I'll find out once that one gets on the road, see how it goes. Alright, so quick recap of this video. The cheapest way of leveling out your Ford Ranger is to flip the rear leaf spring mounts. Now there are a few downsides. The ride gets a little rougher due to the angle of the leaf spring, so it's not going to ride as nice. Second is, due to more aggressive pinion angle, your U-joints are going to be doing more work, so the possibility of replacing the U-joint is going to increase. Another thing on this truck, as soon as I flipped the mounts, I picked up a little bit of vibrations around 62 miles an hour. but I had to have it low so I could load my bike in the bed of the truck. So I just dealt with it. And last but not least, don't forget to redo your alignment and readjust your headlights, and you'll be good to go. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Actually, do not smash the like button. I don't want you to break in your electronics. Click lightly on the like button. And like always, have a good day.